Y'all know the name, y'all know the deal, boy. No Showdown. Until we're gonna be looking at a Dookie article written by CBR. Now, I haven't read this article, but if you know who CBR is, you know that the article is gonna be Dookie. That's pretty much how it works. And another issue I noticed with this article is that it's 15 Dragon Ball Z movies ranked worst the best, but there's 16 movies. And then it shows the special, the Gohan, the future Gohan and Trunks special. So they're including specials in this. So that plus the Bark, that's 17 movies then. Why 15? Was that so the way I'm seeing this is like what can't they include on this list? The only thing I could think of that wouldn't be on this list is Bio Broly because everybody agrees that that's a bad movie. CBR is normally wrong, but I don't think they can possibly be that wrong by putting Bio Broly over any other Dragon Ball Z movie. So I don't know what else could be off of this list, but I'm gonna end up finding out. So let me just get into this. And as expected, this list is already wrong. Not Bio Broly. Broly's Second Coming is one of the best Dragon Ball movies, like all time. It's a Gohan movie. I feel like that's all I really need to say. This new Dragon Ball movie that's coming out is another Gohan movie. The animation, everything from this movie looks like it's gonna be trash. The only reason people are hyped up about this movie is because of Gohan. Gohan movies will always shine because Gohan movies is always good because Gohan is a cool character. And you're telling me this movie where Gohan shines, goes all out. He ain't on no school bull, nothing like that. He comes in this movie wanting blood and he gets the blood he wants. Telling me this is a bad movie? And these writers normally don't know anything about the series, so like what they put under it, the caption or whatever you want to call it, it's always saying boy that you can find in the 3-minute trailer or something like that. Let me see what you got to say. Western audiences love the beefed up Super Saiyan in spite of it being nearly as bad. It is Bio Broly. It's. What do you mean? Nobody hates Bio Broly because he's bland. People hate Bio Broly because the movie itself is bland. There's nothing else going around the movie. They're just walking through some facility and a bunch of slime monsters come around. Nobody cares about monsters. Like, the only one that people enjoyed was Harudigan because everything else in that movie was good. Nobody cares about brain dead monsters. Broly's not brain dead. He has a personality. I don't know what else to say. He's like Majin Buu in a way. I need to know anything about Broly. Said he's easy. I mean, yeah, Vidal didn't die. Okay, it seemed like he has seen the movie or at least seen people talk about it, but how is this under? So the only other movies I could think of that's not on this list is maybe the Turles movie. Well, it's 3 movies that wouldn't be on this list. The Bio Broly, Turles ain't that bad, but if we're ranking them, it would be in the lower side. I can't think of what else wouldn't be on this list, so I'm gonna just have to keep going. Well, see, Loris, I don't know. I think I kind of agree with this one, depending on what's above it. Cause yeah, again, I don't know what's above it, but I don't know. I kind of gotta look. Yeah, I can't really judge this one. And why is they showing me comic book reviews as I'm like I was just reading the Flash comics? Super 13. See, well, I can get where they're coming from because this movie is overhated. So they probably put this here because they know it's so hated. But this movie is not bad. And Super 13 being like a prototype of Cell, like it was a cool concept. It was. Super 13 was for Andrew. Are you trying to? What do you mean? Are you trying to say he has no personality? He's the country. I don't even. Tree of Might over. So what's not on the Tree of Might over Super 13? See, the thing about Dragon Ball movies is it's never about the story. It's always about the hype moments. The moment where he went Super Saiyan and absorbed the Spirit Bomb, or the moment when Trunks slit the other android in half. Normally we see Goku take out the sidemen and the main villain. We saw Trunks do some junk. We saw Vegeta do some junk. Piccolo, everybody was on action. This movie right here, this movie was fun. I mean, it wasn't nothing like extremely hype, but this was better than Tree of Might. Goku came in and one-shotted all of what's the name? All the Turles' sidemen. That was, I mean, yeah, it was cool, but we just watched the whole Z-Fighter army get manhandled by this squadron. So it was just not as hype. Goku came in and he soloed the movie. So what can't be on this? Cooler's Revenge? What about, okay, Metal Cooler? Maybe that's not what's on this list. Metal Cooler and Bio Broly. But Cooler's Revenge? We know what the popular figure is, so what is he even saying? So it seems like the person writing this article is treating this as if it's like, is basing it off of what we already seen in the series. He's not treating this as a standalone movie. That's the issue with it. So yeah, he's basing it solely off of Frieza, not based off of like how cool the movie itself was. What is this? Resurrection of F? I didn't even think Resurrection of F was trash. This shouldn't be on the list. Resurrection of Frieza and Battle of Gods are both equally as trash. The art style and all that, I mean, everybody hates that. But the story itself, like I said, nobody's watching it for the story, but the stuff going on is what I'm saying. Like, nobody enjoyed what was going on in this movie. Nobody wanted to see Frieza just randomly come back, get wished back by the Dragon Ball some years later, and he's on par with Goku and Vegeta, and Goku and Vegeta get these new forms out of absolutely nowhere, and then Frieza destroys the planet and Whis turns back time and saves them. This movie, honestly, I want to say that this movie might have been worse than Bio Broly. I think so. Even with Gohan getting manhandled in this movie, this is the most manhandled that Gohan has ever gotten in this movie. Like, Piccolo got dogged out, this movie was trash. I honestly think I did enjoy Bio Broly better, or more. I mean, it was like a few cool visuals in this movie. That's it. Everything else, this movie was dookie, utter dookie. Battle of Gods better not be this higher. I mean, high. But Broly, the first Broly movie, this movie was one of the best movies too. Like, it had an actual story to it, unlike some of the other Dragon Ball movies. It had a real story. There was a real plot. What could you have hated about this? For better or worse, powerful. But what don't you like about it? Oh, it's hate for Goku? That's what you don't... That's stupid. That's what, like, the idea of Baby Broly with the plot points. Broly was hating Vegeta makes no sense. If I was a child, if I was like some little 5-year-old, because they be having memories as babies, like Goku remember Bardock and stuff like that. Like, their Saiyans have different type of biology. They can do different stuff. So if I was like a kid and I had some, like, I'm already going through a terrible time where I'm just aching every day and night. I'm sure he was aching from all that power. He's a baby, you feel me? You got some kid crying next to you that you just hate. Then you get pulled out of your junk, stabbed by the king who looks just like Vegeta. So you feel me? You got hate for Vegeta. He looks just like the man, and that's what you remember him looking like, just, feel me, minus the beard. So those are the two people you hate. The person who was crying, irritating you, and the person who looks like the man who pretty much tried to murder you. What is so crazy about that? If I was a kid and I grew up and those were the faces that I remembered, they're getting murdered. It's as simple as that. That's what I'm going for. It makes sense. I mean, maybe if you say it like as blatantly as he cried so he wants to kill him, like you said, as simple as that, then sure, but come on. Wrath of the Dragon? See, I know I'm saying every movie is the best movie, but like the movies that's most loved is Fusion Reborn, Broly, really either of the Broly movies. I don't know which one people normally like more, but I personally like the second one more. I like the first one a little bit more because, yeah, the beginning of the first one was better. Yeah, Broly, Fusion Reborn, and Wrath of the Dragon. Because Tapion and stuff like that, it was a whole different story, something outside of what we normally see. Those were the three most loved movies. What can be higher than this? Battle of Gods? There's 7 movies higher than this? That's impossible. Hirudegan himself was kind of lame, but the story itself was good. Then Dragon Fist too, like, that entire movie was good, and they was fighting in the city, something, again, we don't normally see in Dragon Ball. We don't see them interact with actual people, but you see Vegeta standing in front of the building telling people get back, and he getting slammed through the building, all this and that. This movie was top of the line. What could be higher than this? Okay, I forgot about BoJack. But even BoJack being this low, like, the BoJack movie was cool for like one single moment. I mean, not one single moment, but that final fight, and we got to see a Cold Trunks fight yet again in this movie. But I mean, I got mixed opinions about this one because those moments were so good that it outshines the basicness of this movie. But I really ain't got no opinion on this movie. I enjoyed it for those moments. So yeah, they are putting specials on this. Bardock Father of Goku. I mean, if we're including specials, I mean, it's like, I got mixed opinions on this one too because it was good. It was a good story. Him watching like kind of the future, like it's like the Sands pretty much. If you don't know, the Sands was like terrorizing this planet, and some dude pretty much showed him the future, showed him his death, showed him all this and that. It would have been nice if this was if this ended a different way where Bardock actually did something, but it just felt like a nothingness. I enjoyed watching it, but as like if it was a part of the main story is what I'm trying to say. As a standalone special, I wouldn't have enjoyed this. Like without watching any of Dragon Ball Z, I would not have enjoyed this because he just died at the end. So it's like nothing really happened from any of that. That, you feel me? If it actually amounted to something with it being, I don't know, Dead Zone. Yeah, I really have no opinion on this, but Dead Zone, the movie that's pretty much just the filler arc at the end of Dragon Ball mixed up with the Raditz arc, where somebody snatches Gohan. Dead Zone. I'm scared to see the next one. All right, I ain't gonna scroll too far. It's still appealing. Nothing like there was no cool shots in this movie. There was no. It looked nice, yeah, with the clouds and all the aesthetic of it. But outside of that, I mean, it wasn't like that better looking than anything else. Well choreographed fights. Dead Zone really shines on his villains. Shines with his villains. Somehow they are just as fantastic as the hero. You telling me the random, I can't even remember what they was called, like salt, vinegar, and mustard. I think that's what they was called. I know I said I can't remember. I literally just named them, but you're telling me they were cool to you? You enjoyed them? You think those were the best villains? They were just jokes, comedic jokes, following Gohan around while he was eating an apple, tripping off of it. Please tell me the second movie ain't up here. This is the top 4 list. Fusion Reborn has to be up here. What else have we seen? Metal Cooler better not be up here. Battle of Gods better not be up here. The second movie better not be up here. The World's Strongest. So what could be up here? Top 4. Oh, the Future Trunks arc. The Future Gohan. Future Gohan. Future Reborn. I don't know what else could be up here. Metal Cooler is not going to be up there. Fusion Reborn at number 4? What else could be above Future Reborn except for... Let me see. This is one of the hardest movies because, like, the plot of it, like I said, we don't watch these movies for plots, but when they have a nice plot, it's definitely well appreciated. The idea of all the souls of hell that's been collected, like, we know that's kind of how it works. All the souls of hell that's been collected combining into one, like, that was better than Majin Buu. That was better than Majin Buu. Janemba's idea. That should have been Majin Buu. The only real negative is Gogeta leaves us far too quickly. Gogeta is the equivalent of a Kamehameha. That's what he is. He's a trump card attack, pretty much. Like, he was never a character. That's all he was. That's all he was. What? Like, it seems like what he's complaining, what the person who made this complaining about is just some BS fan service. They want to see more fan service. So it could... This piece of garbage is 3rd place? Bro, see, the reason I don't like Battle of Gods is it was so stupid. You introduce us a character out of nowhere. I mean, I guess it makes sense that they had to be out of nowhere. Because I personally wish they just worked with the type of stuff they had. But introducing the character out of nowhere, saying that he's been praying, he heard a mystical tale about the Super Saiyan God, and he just comes there, one-shots Goku, comes to Earth, gets mad over pudding, fights Goku. Goku learns Super Saiyan God through the Dragon Balls, which is it's stupider than Gas wishing to be the strongest in the world. Learns that BS. Goku magically becomes a god, and then he loses his god form and absorbs it in base. And the movies that surround around, like I said, Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God were just stupid. God, he absorbed it in base, but he still uses it. I wish they explained these transformations more, and Blue was just out of nowhere. But this one, I mean, I like it more than the Resurrection of Frieza, but it's still bad. Resurrection of Frieza is not good, so it's not saying much. And the fight ended out in a tie. Kind of like the Bardock ending. Like, it left you unsatisfied. Yes, it was still like an emotional type ending or something like that. But as I said, if this was a part of the series, it would hit harder. But as a standalone, it does not. It does not at all. So what's how can you possibly put World's Strongest at the top? Stitches and Andrew are full on display. But what are you trying to say? Like, you have Piccolo, you have Goku versus Piccolo in one of their best and only fights. Have you not seen Dragon Ball? Have you only fights? One. What do you mean one of their best and only fights? So he's trying to just say only fights, not one of their only fights. Is what I'm taking it as. They had a better fight. The fight that they had before was way better. This fight was like a 10-second fight. This fight was like at max like 5 minutes. The Wheelo fight was trash. This movie was trash. I mean, not trash as in like, I mean, you know what I mean when I say trash. In comparison to like other movies, it's better than Bio Broly, better than Metal Cooler, and that's it. Okay, this is respectable. I feel like everybody enjoyed this one. Yeah, because this had an actual story to it. I mean, yeah, this is facts, but I feel like he only did this because of fan service, because he knew fans like this. But this is not a movie again. But so pretty much what he's saying is the best movie is the World's Strongest, and the second best is Battle of Gods. And he put one of the best movies. The writers of these CBR articles give me multiple like just brain tumors. This like they just build up left and right, and they just instantly they just off me right then and there just reading their articles. Garlic Jr. over BoJack, Broly's in the back. The only thing I would agree on in this entire article maybe is the placement for Slug. No, because it will be World's Strong out of the stuff that's on this list. World's Strongest will be Resurrection of Frieza, World's Strongest, Lord Slug. Oh, I forgot about Tree of Might. Resurrection of Frieza, World's Strongest, Tree of Might, Battle of Gods, and Lord Slug, and then from up there, then you just swap a lot of BS around. But the only one I might agree with is this one, but it's not even a movie, so it doesn't really work like that. That's all I really got to say about this list. This list is terrible. It's not the worst thing I ever seen, but including these specials, only like they're not treating any of these movies like standalone movies. I can tell that's an issue with it. You got to judge these off of the movies, not off of what you can tag onto the story and BS like that. That's all I got to say. I'm not editing this video. I'm uploading it as is. So if it looked like some BS, it is some BS. That's all I got to say. I'm out.